Hi friends, it's Auntie Cuckoo here, and today I'm sharing 5 Dollar Tree Halloween DIYs. The first one here is a rag garland, and it is my personal favorite. It turned out way better than I could have expected, so it went right up on my old window in my living room. Let me show you what you'll need for this project. I picked up 4 of these scarves from the Dollar Tree. I just really like the print and colors, and turns out they shred pretty darn well. You'll also need either a ribbon or some twine, something to attach them to. You're going to need some sharp scissors, and let me show you how to fold the scarf so that you can cut out a lot of cutting. First, fold it in half, cutting along the folded edge, and then fold it in half again, cutting both of the folded edges, and then fold it in half the other direction. This way you get 4 cuts at one time. Once all of your scarves are cut, it's just a no-brainer. You just tie them. I tied them loosely so that I could move them around on the twine up or down so that they weren't too bunchy at one end and too sparse at the other. Just put on a good old show and get to tying. I love how this one turned out. It is my absolute favorite, and I think it looks super vintage. Now let me show you my husband's favorite. This little Halloween wreath is my husband's favorite. He just really liked the way it looked, and he was also really interested in all the little felt flowers that I made. I've actually never made them before, and they're super easy. Let me show you what you'll need for DIY number 2. I started off with a green foam wreath form from the Dollar Tree. I also picked up a rag rug in black and white. You can also substitute that for ribbon. I pulled out some felt I had on hand and ended up only using the orange. You'll also need a hot glue gun and some scissors. So at first glance, I thought I was going to just glue the rug on the wreath form, but I took a good look at it and I realized it would have fallen apart. So I decided to take it apart. All I had to do was use my scissors to cut down one of the seams. Once you have that done, it'll look like this, and it's so easy. You literally just pull each strand away from the rug, and then you'll have something that looks like this. Now to attach them to my wreath, all I did was hot glue down one end and then wrap them around before securing the other end. Once you have your first color hot glued down, just go ahead and make sure that all of your hot gluing is going to be done on the same side. Just cut down your strands if you need to make that happen. Now you're just going to alternate the white with the black until your wreath is completely covered. Now your wreath will look something like this. I have all my hot glue on the back, so this will be the front of my wreath, and now let's get to making the flowers. So I did decide to just stick with some orange and made about 7 or 9. I know it was an odd number, I've lost count now. What you do to make the flowers is cut a circle just willy-nilly out of your felt, and then you're just going to take your scissors and cut the edge off of your circle until you're down to a very small nub. At that point, you're going to start at that end of your felt, just wrapping them around each other, creating a circle. You can tighten it as you go, and your flowers will look like this. It is so easy. I've never made them before, but now I'm excited to do it more. This is what all of my flowers look like glued onto my wreath, and that's all there was to it. It was really simple, a little time consuming when you are wrapping all of those rag pieces around your wreath, But this is the time of year I like to just put on a good movie and do a craft. So this is definitely something you can do while watching something you love to watch this fall season. All told, for this DIY, you'll only be spending $2 and about 30 cents for a sheet of felt. I also have about 2/3 of that rug left that I can use in other DIYs down the line. Super happy with it. And now on to DIY number 3. And DIY number 3 is my black Halloween feather tree. This is a super simple DIY and you can do it for other holidays as well. To make one, you'll need 1 feather boa from the Dollar Tree. They have them in the party section. 1 of the cones from the toy section. Any kind of paint you have on hand, a little piece of paper or cardstock, and a hot glue gun. I started off by spray painting my cone black so that none of the orange would show through. Now I'm just going to trim off the edges of my cone so that it is a circle and hot glue it down to a piece of cardstock or cardboard just so that I can set it up on one of my candle holders. Once you have that done, it's time to attach your boa. To do this, I chose the end of the boa that was the most full to attach to the top. I actually kind of bunched it up so that it would give us a nice tall tree look. Then you just simply continue hot gluing your boa down your cone until you reach the bottom, securing it with more hot glue, and that is it. I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for some white boas to do this during Christmas. And I also think this one would be really cute for a New Year's party. I just simply placed it on top of a candle holder I had already on hand from the Dollar Tree that was sprayed black from a previous DIY. That's all there is to this black feather tree. Now DIY number 4, and this one is even more easy. I really like how this one turned out, and I have to give a little shout out to Hayden, my son's buddy, who actually found me this stick to use in my pumpkins. So basically, if you can find a stick in your area, these are only going to cost you $2 a piece. Let me show you what you'll need to make them. All you'll need is a hot glue gun, a couple of styrofoam pumpkins from the Dollar Tree. I chose to make 2, and for each pumpkin, you'll need 1 of the knit hats by Snugadoo. Let's get started. First thing you'll need to do is take your stick and cut it down to the size that you think is right for your pumpkin. Next, I chose to paint my stem black. You could always paint it brown or white, any color you chose. You could even cover it in glitter. Once I had my stems painted, it's time to attach our hat to our pumpkin. To do this, I removed my tags and then pulled my stem off. I did the same with my cap, removing the tag, and then I turned it sort of inside out. This way you can go ahead and place your hot glue directly at the bottom of your cap before placing the bottom of your pumpkin into your cap. This just makes it mold to your pumpkin a whole lot better. Now, if you find you have any lumps or bumps, maybe the seam of the cap that you want to attach better, just add a little bit of hot glue on the inside and secure your cap to your pumpkin. Once you have it tightly fixed to your pumpkin, you just want to glue down the top of your hat to the center of your pumpkin. I really love the look of the black cap on these pumpkins. Next, I attached my stem. I just used my scissors to sort of pave the way for the stem, and then I just dry fit it to make sure that it was going to fit into the space before putting a bunch of hot glue down the center and pushing it down to where I wanted it. That's all there is to these really cute black pumpkins. I think these look like they would cost about $5 in anywhere like Home Goods. I really like the look of the black caps. You could always do different colors. This is actually something that has been in the back of my brain since last year when a subscriber mentioned it to me. So thank you for putting that little bug in my head. I've been wanting to do it all year. Now on to DIY number 5. So these super cute garden stake witch's boots that can stick out of a planter or any kind of piece of decor you want, a wreath, did come out to the Dollar Tree this year, but they were not quite what I had hoped for. So we're going to transform them into these super cute black and white non-glitter witch's boot stakes. To make these, you'll need a pair of the witch's boot garden stakes from the Dollar Tree in their original condition, and a pair of black and white socks. These are also from the Dollar Tree. I also used 1 sheet of black felt you can get at Walmart for around 30 cents, some scissors, and a hot glue gun. First, I just traced my boot shape onto the black felt with a marker and cut it out. Once your boot is cut out, go ahead and use your hot glue gun to attach it directly on top of the glittery boot. I like this one much better. Now I'm going to use a pair of socks I bought for my son and he thought were a bit too girly to use as my leggings for my stakes. I cut off the bottom and the top. So with this one, I slid the sock all the way down the legging, and then I realized it was kind of loose. So just go ahead and cut your sock down the center, then you can just hot glue it around your stake. Once you have the back secured, go ahead and flip it over and fold under the top part of your sock just to give it a more finished look before you hot glue it down. Now I have to show you guys the little door hanger I had originally picked up, but it does not fit the boot size. I thought I could just hot glue this directly on, but it's too small. Fortunately though, I'm not going to be using the boot, so I will be cutting off the buckle. You can also just use a little yellow felt or any kind of ribbon you have for this. I'm really happy with all 5 of these Halloween Dollar Tree DIYs. Let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you back very soon in the next video.